Hello there, lady or gentleman. I'm the horror historian, and if you're watching this, that means you must have recently joined the Legend of Zelda family. Congratulations! Now I know joining such a big family can be intimidating, but don't worry, because I'm here to guide you so you know exactly what to talk about at the next family reunion. Okay then, let's get to know your relatives. Starting off, we have the head of the family, the Legend of Zelda. Back in the Great Video Game War of 1986, The Legend of Zelda fought in the Miyamoto division alongside Super Mario Bros. The two games became very close, and the families are still close to this day. Then, of course, there's Little Sibling, The Adventure of Link. Now, Adventure of Link doesn't quite have the same revere as Legend of Zelda due to joining the war later. That said, it inherited a lot of its older siblings' better qualities, such as bridging the gap between game families. It really kept a good communications with Final Fantasy, even after they moved to that Sony country. And, of course, they're still good friends with the Metroid franchise to this day. Now, Zelda 2 might seem a bit standoffish and antisocial at first, but don't let that fool you. They're still to do anything for their family. When the war ended, it was time for the siblings to go back to their home and start their lives. Now, Zelda 2 never really settled down, that wasn't really for them. However, Legend of Zelda found a lot of satisfaction in starting his own family. As you likely know, their first child was Link to the Past, who to this day is one of the most successful games of all time. Shortly followed, however, was Link's Awakening, and while they don't quite get as much credit as their oldest sibling, they're still very influential and deserve a lot of credit, just apart from being such an amazing person in general. For the longest time, it was just those two siblings, but as we all know, eventually came Ocarina of Time, possibly the most successful member of the Zelda family to this day, and they're still very involved in the family. So, if you want to make a good impression, Ocarina is the one you want to impress. And then, very little time after, came the final child of Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask was always a bit different from the rest of the family, but they still loved and supported it either way, and today Majora's Mask is a very successful artist. They were also very close to the adventure of Link, probably more so than anyone else in the family. And just like that, those kids had grown up, and it was time for the next generation to come up. And the first of the four siblings to have kids was Link's Awakening, with the twins Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. A bit later, Ocarina of Time would have its first child, Wind Waker. And, around that same time, Link to the Past would adopt a few kids of its own, those being Four Swords Adventures, and of course, the Minish Cap. That would be how the family stayed for quite a while, but eventually came Ocarina of Time's second child, Twilight Princess. And let me tell you, that one really took after its parent. And just like that, the new generation was done once again. Well, kinda. There's a bit more to it, but we'll get to that later. For now, we should talk about what happened when Wind Waker grew up and started its own family. That being, having its children, Phantom Hourglass, and later, Spirit Tracks. Then a good bit afterwards, it was of course Twilight Princess's turn to have its own kid, starting off with Skyward Sword. And now an interesting ripple. See, despite its age, Link to the Past had finally settled down, and would have its first biological child, Link Between Worlds. And this kid took so much after their parents, and they're just the sweetest thing. Not long after, Four Swords Adventures would have its own kid, Triforce Heroes, and due to being so close in age with its technical uncle, Link Between Worlds, the two would be very close growing up. And then we get to the most recent period, where Twilight Princess would have its second child, Breath of the Wild. Oh, and what's that? Sounds like Twilight Princess is expecting its third child, Tears of the Kingdom, and it's coming any day now. And trust me, I am just as excited as you are. So just like that, you're all caught up on the broad strokes of the history of the Zelda family. Now I'm sure that's a lot of information and you would like a recap. To which I say, too bad, because I didn't script this and I can't remember half the things I said in this video. Goodbye. Hey guys, it's me, the horror historian again. Just wanted to cut in at the end here and say, this is easily the most fun I've ever had making a video. I really want to make more stuff like this, so if you're one of the 8 people that watch me, I'd appreciate if you would let me know if you like this stuff and show your support by leaving a like. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've been the horror historian. I'm gonna go touch grass. See ya.